Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. I hope you're enjoying your day, whatever you're doing. It's been a really nice day. I've spent most of it indoors, but it has been a really nice day at least. I have decided that I'm going to do another declutter all over the place. I was just watching a video, an old video by Abundantly Minimal, which is her A to Z challenge, where you declutter an item for every letter of the alphabet, which I just thought was a really fun challenge. So I'm going to attempt that. She says optimistically. Oh, that's a dog running through. I'm hoping, that's obviously 26 items. I'm hoping that I might be able to declutter more than that. But I'm just going to go around the house, grab what I can, and then kind of start organising it on the table. I've just cleared the table off, start organising it on the table to see if I've got something for every letter. So fingers crossed. That's 26, as I said. My aim is to get at least 50 items, but to match those to the 26 letters of the alphabet. So I'm going to finish this little intro now because the dog's going mad, and we're going to start in the front room, which is probably the room that needs the least decluttering, but I just feel really ruthless today, so I'm going to give it a go and see if anything we get off. So fingers crossed.
It's kind of bittersweet. Never thought I'd come back. It's been a while since I packed up my things and left. I recall it still in my beat up truck. I didn't look back, didn't give up. I got my first real kiss behind the coffee shop. Thought he was the one until we broke it off. I recall it still in his beat up truck. Yeah, I cried like hell. Then I told him off, or I would never come back to this town. But now I'm here once again, and things that I forgot just keep flooding by, the memories that I'm made of. Damn, my heart still beats for the place where I grew up. I worked that later shift at the local bar, but said I'll make it big. Said I quit this job. I recall it still, yeah, just like that. I walked out that door and never looked back, or I would never come back to this town. But now I'm here once again, and things that I forgot.
This area here holds a lot of Matt's stuff, all of his PlayStation games, some DVDs. All of our DVDs are in a black wallet, and although my camera placement is really poor, there's a little basket full of random odds and ends that belong to him. So whilst I can't always get him on board with some of my projects, particularly on a Sunday afternoon, he will happily play the yes no game. So I'll just hold things up and he'll say whether or not he wants to keep it.
I didn't look back, didn't give up. Swore I would never come back to this town, but now I'm here once again. Things that I forgot just keep floating by, the memories that I'm made of. Damn, my heart still beats for the place where I grew up. Place where I grew up. Damn, my heart still beats for the place where I grew up.
Where's your ball? You're bringing it this way. Okay, so I've gone around the whole of the front room and I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I've collected so far. So these are all the items that I've got together so far. There is a bag down here that's full of paperwork, which I'm going to go through in a second, but I'm going to do that off camera just because I know I've got a lot of hospital letters and things in here, so obviously I don't want that information being shared on my channel. Hello, Chester. But we used to use this red... He's trying to get to the phone. We used to use the red folder. I don't like the system anymore, so I did purchase this wallet-y thing, so I'm going to have a go and move some of the stuff in there. And I'm just going to rearrange the stuff on the table. I've just been kind of dumping it on, but I'm going to start kind of rearranging it to make it a little more alphabetized. Oh, that screwdriver's not going. That's mine. So I've condensed all the paperwork that I'm keeping into this expanding file, which actually expands. If I show you one-handed, kind of, it pulls right out. So there's plenty of room to grow in there, and I just think it might be an easier system where you literally just drop the paper in and then move it around as and when. This folder, the actual ring bind bit is broken. I'm going to get rid of all the Polly Pockets inside, not the dividers, I'll take those out, all the Polly Pockets, and I'm getting rid of, oops, make sure there's no addresses, all of this old paperwork that we don't need now as well. So it's been a couple of days since that first half of the footage that you'll have seen, and I deep cleaned my kitchen yesterday. I didn't film that because I just got back from the gym. I was just in my gym clothes and I just hid it, and I hid it hard, and plus I had no memory on my phone anyway. So I've accumulated a few more bits and I've started putting them into my alphabet from A round to Z. But there's a few letters that I'm missing, so I wrote myself a weird little list. I ticked off the letters that I had and wrote some ideas of things, because literally all of this has come from either the front room or the kitchen. So I've kind of decided in my head to keep this challenge as a sort of downstairs A to Z minimalism challenge, and not to include anything from upstairs. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters that I don't have anything for. So I'm just going to have a little wander around downstairs. It's getting really warm with this sun coming in through this roof. I'm going to have a little wander around downstairs and see if I can do the whole alphabet with just downstairs. £1 for every time I say downstairs. Right, let's go. Okay, there's another thing. Some more. 2 more, 5 to go. Okay, I think that's everything. There's one item on the sofa. Let's pick this up. I need this. Hook it on my finger. And I think, Chester, we might be done. So I have officially managed to declutter an item for every letter of the alphabet. Some letters I was more successful than others. Some letters I've had to be a bit cheeky in how I've used them, which I'll explain to you in a second, but I cannot believe that I've managed to get all of this together from just the front room and the kitchen, because not only are they the rooms that I have decluttered the most recently, they are the rooms that I'm constantly decluttering. So to pull all of this out of those 2 rooms, I cannot wait to see how much I get rid of from upstairs. I'm definitely going to do more challenges. I found this one really fun, but I found it really frustrating in the end for some of those letters like X, because they were really difficult to find things. But I'm going to keep a tally on screen of how many items there are. There'll be some things that I sort of lump together as sets, but for the most part I'll do individual items. And we're going to go through and we're going to have a little look. So we're going to start with A. So A is animals, and I'm getting rid of this shark, this pig, and this duck, all which used to belong to my dog, but he has taken the stuffing out of all of the both of these items, and this one he's just completely eaten this end of it. So I'm taking those away. So that's 3 items just for A. And these, he does still really like these toys, but you can't throw them because there's no stuffing in them. So yeah, that's A. For B, we have this bag here, which the dog weed on. I left it on the floor and he weed all over it. So I'm going to just drop that on the floor out of the way. But that's for B. We also have 10 batteries in total. Used batteries, I need to take them to the tip. They were just in the drawer hanging about. This Prince Chester bandana, which no matter how small we make it, it's just too big on him and he hates wearing it. He just chews it. It's really, really cute, but he's just not going to wear it for us. And we also have this box which had candles in it, which I've taken the candles out, they're in the cupboard. I might try and alter this box, but it's coming out of the cupboard, technically probably going upstairs, so maybe I won't count that item, but it's on the table anyway. For C, we've got quite a few things. We've got this candle jar. I've had it a really long time. I use it sometimes, but I don't use it all that much, so I'm going to get rid of it. I've got this cleaning book, which I bought in Home Bargains. I thought it was a really good idea to write down my cleaning lists, but I don't really like the way that the book is set out. I don't use it in this way, to be honest. Just a regular old notebook works just fine for me, so I'm going to declutter that. I'm not using it as much as I would like to. I'm certainly not using it to its full potential. And I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things of chocolates. Now, these 3 that are still in wrappers, I'm going to take to the donation bank at Asda. I've just been bought so many chocolates. I'm trying to be really healthy that I'm not keeping them all. These ones have melted funny because they were given to me on the day it was 40 degrees in school, and the dog. My classroom was 36-degree heat that afternoon, so the chocolates just melted. There was no room in the fridge either because one of the other classes were doing what we call a big outcome, so they had jelly as setting. So unfortunately they've gone all funny, so they'll have to be binned. And this is pretty much empty now. This was my Harry Potter advent calendar. If there's any last chocolates remaining, there's a couple here, I will just eat them. I'm getting rid of the box itself. So that's C. For D, I have a drill bit because it's broken, so that's going, and I have a DVD which I'm taking into school because this is a film, it's a book and a film that we use in our English when we teach World War One. So it is currently on Netflix, and that's how we watched it with this year's Year 6s, but in case it comes off, I'm going to leave that at school so that I know I've got a copy of it. For E, I have this pair of exfoliating gloves. They got left in the shower for ages and they just looked really filthy and disgusting. They smell, and they're not really something that you can wash, to be honest. And I did try, but they've just gone a bit manky, plus the dog had them the other day and was chewing them. But I have another pair anyway. You never need to use more than one pair of exfoliating gloves, so I'm keeping the cleaner pair and getting rid of this set. For F, I have this folder, which is what all our paperwork used to be in. I do need to take the dividers out to keep, but the folder itself is going in the bin. And I also have this football, which I gave to the dog yesterday, and he's looking at it now. He wants it. Look at him. But the minute I gave it to him, he literally just chewed a hole in it, and it's only made of foam, and he'll eat it. So I unfortunately had to take that from him. For G, I have these 3 glass bottles. Now, we have so many drinks bottles. We have plastic, we have glass, we have metal. We're all over the place. The 2 plastic ones I've debated getting rid of, but I have left them for now. But I tend to gravitate towards the metal ones at the moment, especially with it being summer. Obviously, they keep the drinks cool. And I have unfortunately dropped glass bottles in the past. One on my front one day, and the glass just went everywhere. And I'm just too clumsy for him. Matt doesn't use these either because they don't hold enough liquid for him, which is why I've kept the plastic bottles, because these keep about 400 mil. They don't even keep 500. They keep about 400. And the bottles that we've got are litre bottles, so he tends to use those. And then I've only got 2 lids for the 3 bottles. One of the lids broke. Bless you. For H, I have this hairband that snapped when I did my hair this morning, so technically from upstairs, but I'm counting it. And then this HelloFresh recipe card that I'd kept. I took some pictures of this. This is the only one that I wanted to keep. I just took photos of it now. For I, I've had to be really, really cheeky, and it's this itty bitty flower. Let me get some sunlight on you. It's this itty bitty flower that used to be on a hair clip and I found in our junk drawer randomly. So that is I. So I told you I was a bit cheeky for some of them. J is this jar of baby beetroot. They have been open for a really long time and I went to put one on a salad earlier and it's gone a really funny colour. I have another jar, so I'm getting rid of this one. I will obviously pour away the beetroot and then recycle the jar. For K, I have this Volvo keyring. I could have used this for V actually. Do I have a V? Do I have a V? Oh, I do have a V. I'm just checking. But I have this Volvo keyring from Matt's old car, and I also have this actual keyring. I don't know where it's come from, but it's really discoloured, so I'm getting rid of that. Got quite a few things for L. I've got these 2 lunch boxes. This one is really old and Matt used to use it. It's just a bit dirty, but he uses a backpack now for his lunch, so he doesn't need that anymore. And then this one is my old one from this year, and it's really dirty on the bottom and the innards started to peel away when I was cleaning this recently. The silver started to come away with a stain, so there was some fruit that spilt. And to be honest, I'm like a child. Every September when we go back to school, I like to have a new bottle, a new lunchbox. I won't get a new backpack this year because I didn't use mine for very long. Plus it's an expensive one. Because you want the ball. I can't give it to you, buddy. You're going to chew it up. I can't. I'm sorry. So I'll get a new lunchbox for September. We also have this lock. We put a lock on our outside cupboard. And then these are the bits that we don't need from it, so I'm getting rid of that. These light bulbs we bought, or Matt bought, and then it turns out they were the wrong ones, and then he never took them back, so I'll donate those. And I'll also donate this. So this is a letterbox that I bought in Home Sense or TK Maxx because it was redone, and I thought it was really cute. But in all honesty, it's just become a dumping ground. We don't actually use it properly, and we don't get enough letters to need. I'm sorry, bud, you can't have it to need this really. And it was just getting wet next to the sink, so there's some watermarks on the inside but not on the outside, luckily. So I'll donate this. Somebody will be happy to find that. But it's just becoming like a clutter bug for us. LM is this mug which is broken, so I've got a whole set of crockery dishware that's being donated, but this mug is broken, so obviously can't. N is this pair of nail clippers which are useless. I might as well just try and saw it off with a pencil, so I'm getting rid of those. Oh, I've got quite a few things. I'm hoping that fan behind me is not too loud, but this room with its glass roof and moss on the roof is so hot at the minute I've had to put the aircon on, so I'm really hoping you can't hear that very well. For O, I have these. In fact, these could probably go for M as well. I've got some manuals, so there's 2 manuals there. Let's put them with N, because for O, I've got this out-of-date pancake mix. I've got this open bag of tortilla chips, which need to go. I've got 2 bags of out-of-date crisps and popcorn. And then I have these, out-of-date marshmallows, which also need to go. I'm just going to turn the aircon off because I'm worried you can hear it. I just need to make sure that I do the rest of this video quick enough that I don't bake in this conservatory. For P, I've got 2 plugs that are not needed anymore. This one's actually broken, and this one, it sticks so far out of the wall. If it's behind any furniture, it just is completely in the way, and it's not a fast charger either. So I'm getting rid of those 2 plugs. I've got 2 photographs. I don't really like this photograph of me and Matt. I'm not really sure why I kept it. And then this is a picture of another couple who are no longer a couple. They're getting divorced, so I'm not going to keep that one. Then I've got 3 PlayStation games which will be donated or sold of Matt's MotoGP, FIFA 21 and Formula 1 2020, because he's got the most recent versions of all of those. And then this paperclip as well. For Q, I've had to be really cheeky, and I've gone for quite a lot of paperwork because this is all that I've pulled out of that folder, but this is all of the stuff that I don't need anymore. So there's old pay slips, this is our old membership cards for English Heritage, but we're not members anymore. There's council tax bills, all sorts of bits and pieces. So most of this will have to be shredded and or burnt, and or disposed of properly. But Q is quite a lot of old paperwork that I'm getting rid of. R, I have two things. I have this receipt. I'm going to chuck that on the paperwork thing. And I have a ruler, which is one of those X-cut ones. But as you just saw, the metals come away from it. And I forgot that I even had this. This was in our decorating stuff. So yeah, getting rid of that one. For S, I have this pair of sandals, which I didn't go upstairs for. I was wearing these. I wore these yesterday or the day before. And when I came back, I just chucked them on the floor downstairs. And to be honest, I didn't enjoy wearing them. I've had them a really long time. They're comfortable, but because they're a bit loose now, every time I took a step, they were like wiggling. And I have other sandals that I would choose to wear over these ones. So there's no point in keeping these as backups when I have other ones I prefer. And for S, I also have this can of spray paint. This is not the colour I meant to order. And then I didn't send it back in time. So I've unfortunately been stuck with a can of dark red spray paint. So I'll probably either sell or donate that. For T, I have a random tube that I found that I have no idea where it's come from, but a tube nonetheless. I also have two toys that Chester has not ruined, but, well, this one he hasn't ruined, that one he has. This one he's got half the stuffing out, and then all he does once he's got that is just pull the stuffing out and put it everywhere all over my house. And then this one was a little mini Yoda, which he literally pulled the stuffing out and then has destroyed the face somewhat. And again, this is something he quite enjoys playing with this still, but it's one that you can't really throw, and he gets frustrated because he doesn't understand why it's not thrown as far as it used to. So there's two toys there. For you, there is this utensil pot. We used to keep our utensils in the kitchen, and then we decided to kind of try and declutter the sides a little bit, and we put the utensils in a drawer. I was then using this as a vase for a while because our walls were dark grey, but we're currently painting our walls blue, so it doesn't actually go in our front room anymore. And to be honest, I've got so many other vases that I don't need to keep something that isn't a vase to be used as a vase. I might as well just keep the vases. So again, £1 for every time I can say vase. For V, I have this vinegar, this white wine vinegar that's out of date, and I don't remember the last time that I used it anyway. For W, there is this wallet. So this is one that Matt left out and the dog found. So it has been chewed in several different places. He's since got a new wallet, so that one he is getting rid of. Plus these plastic wallets, not the dividers, but the plastic wallets are being thrown away. X is this extra jar, see what I did there? This extra jar of cranberry sauce. I have two. I bought one the Christmas before last, which was this one, I believe. Then last Christmas I bought another one, or either which way round. There's two jars, and we didn't use either of them at either Christmas. So I've got two jars of cranberry sauce that I'm not using. So I'm giving one to the food bank. I'm going to take the chocolates and the cranberry sauce to the food bank when I next go shopping. And somebody can make use of that. That's got a really long date. It's the end of the year, so somebody might want to use that. For XY is yarn. So I've got these offcuts of yarn, so I've just made a couple of baby blankets, and these are the bits left over that I was going to keep to do something with. Don't really see why I bothered doing that, so they are going in the bin. And for Z, this is one that I found really, really hard. Oh, and I've lost a bit. Oh, hold on. Found it. It is these zoom lenses. It took me a really long time to find anything with Z, and these were basically staring me in the face. Matt bought me for Christmas a little handheld vlogging tripod thing, which I only got out of the box the other day. Look at him trying to get up to the stuff on the table. And I tried using these lenses on my phone and they just didn't work. But I'll keep the tripod itself and the little light that comes with it. But these little lenses I'm not going to keep. So the zoom lenses for Z are also going. So there's 3 lenses here. So that is my A to Z minimalism challenge. Do you think I did a good job? She says, no, give me the ball. So I'm going to go and get a black sack, a recycling bag, and a box for anything that's being donated or sold to clear off the table. And I think there is one final item that I'm going to include. It's these sunflowers, bless them, that have lived their best life and now are no longer living that life. And as you can see, their pollen is all over my table and actually all on this chair, so the chair needs to be cleaned as well. You can't have it, my lovely. You can't. I'm sorry. So I'm looking forward to seeing the total because I haven't been adding it up while I've been filming. Obviously, I'll have added that up on screen. So I hope I've done a really good job. And as I said earlier on in the video, I honestly cannot believe that these 2 rooms are the rooms that I'm constantly decluttering. They're the rooms that I did the most recent, and I still managed to get all of this stuff. So I just can't believe that. And it just goes to show, sorry about the dog. It just goes to show how often you need to keep going over certain rooms to make sure there's not stuff that you missed on the last pass. Now I'm going to go before my dog has an absolute tantrum. Plus, because I've turned the aircon unit off, I'm absolutely baking in here. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Say bye, everyone. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and say please subscribe. Well, that's it. Chester wants you to subscribe. And I would definitely recommend, I'm going to pick him up. Ugh. I would definitely recommend trying this challenge. I found this so much more fun than I thought I was going to. And I definitely already want to start doing another one upstairs. But in between, I'm going to play the minimalism game before I do another A to Z challenge, because that will get rid of 465 items, I think. So I'm going to go for that one next. So if you want to see more decluttering content, then please feel free to like and subscribe, and we will both see you in our very next video. I've got to put him down. I'm too achy from the gym. I'll see you again soon. I love you all. Bye.